What's up guys, Manny from Motomillion, and good morning. It's morning for me. I don't know when you're watching this, but we're definitely not in sunny Miami. We're here in Bologna, Italy, and I have something really cool to show you. I could not resist but to come down over here to Bologna to visit my friends at DBK, which is now known as DBK Special Parts, or as Officina Gandolfi. Behind these closed doors, there is some really cool stuff to see. So let's go inside and let's take a look what goes on behind these closed doors. I think it says don't access, but my good friend Amedeo is going to show us around, and there he is. Let's go take a look.
Welcome home.
So guys, we apologize for the background noise because there's a lot of stuff going on behind there.
Right now, live.
Yes, everything is live and everything is happening. We're going to show it to you guys. So bear with us for the noise. And this is my good friend Amedeo. I've been talking with him for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
But we just got to meet in Milano a couple of days ago. And yes, and
it's amazing.
And
Thank
it's like
you guys for being here.
Yeah, and it's like we've been friends for years and years, right? And the bond is real. So before we show you what's over here, it's very exciting stuff. There's a lot of exciting stuff on this side as well. So let's go quickly take a look to see what's making all these noises and what else there is behind all of this stuff here. So here we are in front of one of the machines, and I want to put your attention somewhere. The machines are Haas machines. Obviously not all the machines are the same around here, but they do have a 5-axis Haas machine. These are some of the highest quality machines you can get, and they're also American. This particular machine is a 5-axis machine, and Amedeo was just telling me that this thing cuts the production time to 1/3 of the time from a 3-axis machine. And what they're working on is this beautiful piece. This is the brake lever for the KTM 990, right?
First, yes, 990 Duke, first preview at all. Nobody has seen it.
So yes, I mean, maybe these parts will be available by the time that we produce this video, but these are some sneak peeks, and I want to thank you for actually showing us around and showing us all these parts. Is there anything else that you want to add about the whole machining process?
So, first of all, United States is our main partner actually in the world. We not just sell to the United States, we also buy from the United States. So these are very reliable, and they fit perfectly within our reality, you know?
Yeah.
So Haas machine has been our asset. We have like 10 of them, and on 14 CNC machines. This is made in Italy with your help also. So this is not just imported from anywhere else in the world. This is made by us with passion, with sacrifice. We do believe in what we do.
Okay, amazing. And part of the reason why I'm here in Bologna to show you guys behind the scenes is that there's a lot of companies that hide behind an Italian brand name, but they do not produce their stuff. And if you take a look around, there is 14 different machines here. Everything is being made. We're here on a working day, and we're lucky enough to get an inside view of what happens at DBK. I want to quickly show you a part. It's one of my favorite parts because I've been asking for this part to have been made, and they made it a reality. And this is your DBK Special Parts clear clutch cover for the BMW. Obviously they're in the working stages of it. So this is before it becomes the actual product, and what you see over here is more ahead in the stages of making it. And inside of there, in this Haas machine, I believe this is also a 5-axis machine, correct?
Yes.
So this also is now machining out some of your clear clutch covers that goes on your BMW. And again, don't mind the dirtiness because there is some fluid in there so that the machine can cut through the pieces that it's cutting through as well, and it takes the shavings away, and it's also a lubricant. But if you can tell, this thing does everything by itself. I cannot tell you what this is, but obviously it's computerized.
So the steps are, first step, this big pizza.
Okay.
And then the second step is something like that.
Okay.
So then first step and final step.
Okay.
So you have like 4 big steps of machining.
So let's show you guys this one more time. This right here is the first step. When we say it's billet, we're talking about this, a big chunk of aluminum alloy. This is the first step of your clear clutch cover. And then you move on to this step here. This is what it looks like around the second step. And then, Amadeo's gonna show us right around it, yep. And then this is the third step. But also, don't forget, these things have to get anodized. And even the anodizing, it's not done in-house, but it's done here in Italy. They get packed and shipped into little crates over there. They get all the colors written on them, and then they get anodized. And that's not the end of the story. There's other steps after anodizing it. We're going to show you that as well. But let's continue our tour and let's look around what else we can find. This little crane is here because if you take a look, this is all the raw material that they use. Obviously, this is not everything they have. They have storage units over there. They have a huge warehouse in the back. But for example, your clear clutch cover starts off with something like this that they even cut over here in-house. This is not the exact one, but you can imagine the size of it. If anything, maybe that one right over there could be it. But where else should we go, Amadeo?
Okay, let's go to the mounting section and laser section.
Sure. So let's head over. We're going to go back to the same area where we walked in from so that we could show you the mounting and the laser engraving process. And nothing is wasted here. This is all the shavings coming out. These get collected and then obviously they get recycled. So they'll get melted and be put back into use in other forms as a metal.
Exactly.
And this is one of the newest machines they have over here. This is a fully automated lathe. If you can see, it has all kinds of different heads on it, and this machine will just switch the heads for the job that it needs. I'm not a machining specialist, but I know because I've seen some videos of how these things work, but don't expect me to get too technical. I'll get technical with you guys about motorcycles, but till then, let's continue on.
Okay, so this is the second part of the life of our DBK part, which is the mounting and lasering area. Okay, so here you have always 2 guys who pick up the anodized parts, and so they like mount the bushings and everything that a kit needs, no?
Okay.
So let's take a look at that.
So let's go see the...
I feel like, do you remember MTV Cribs?
Yes.
Let me show my crib. Yeah, it's always been my dream.
There you go, we're doing MTV Cribs at DBK Special Parts.
Yeah, this is my friend Nicola, so he assembles the parts by hand with taking care about this. So it's not just we take pre-assembled parts, it's just made with guys with precision, with attention. So actually mounting a pin for the
toe pegs?
Yes, exactly.
And so this is the part right there.
This is the reclinable one.
Yes. So if you're buying the product RPPIF 08 probably, this is going to be a similar part that's over here. So it's not just made by machines, but some of the stuff is handmade as well.
Yes, of course, for sure. We don't have the Tesla bot, you know. So
here's some.
Okay, I'm gonna show you the brand new coming on. This is actually for the Hypermotard.
Oh, it is?
Yes, we are going to get there in a few days.
Guys, maybe one of these will end up on our Hypermotard 698 Mono RV builds. That's a very long name, but they are making the clear clutch covers for these bikes. I'll show you guys some more behind us over there, but this is their laser engraving machine, and we're gonna see how it's made. It's actually pretty cool.
Oh, we're gonna do the actual one. Okay, this will be one shot, so there's no chance of missing out, but I trust Gabriele. He's actually replacing another guy in doing this because he's the warehouse chief actually.
Okay.
But he does everything, so he can replace anybody.
How close can we get?
So this is like the preview. We are not going to put the window down. because you won't see actually. So when we are ready, look don't look after it. Ok, quando sei pronto, 1, 2, 3, go. Ok, because it's dangerous for the eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4. How long is gonna take? Done.
There we go.
There you go.
So now the part has your DBK logo right on there, nice and clearly.
Perfect.
Even the logos are engraved in house. This is really, really cool, and thank you. And I told you guys we're gonna get over here. This is the fun stuff. I hadn't even seen this till today until I got here. This is that clear clutch cover that we just saw with the first version of the clutch pressure plate. I think it's looking good. We haven't really gotten too far on our project with the mono, but I could see a lot of these parts going on our Hypermotard mono, and it makes me very excited because this is one of the most fun bikes that you could get. And this is inspiring as well because I get to see some of the parts before we install it.
Yeah, you have VIP access, and we do bet a lot of money on this one because with Hypermotards we have always gone very good, and this I think it's gonna be liked by the most young ones. And so we actually working hard on that. We still did not finish all the range, so we're not still complete. The news are getting out and out as we are talking, no?
Yeah, that's amazing because it's kind of like, well, we do some R&D here and there with the parts, but we also have the motorcycles so that we could install your beautiful parts and show our viewers what you could do with these machines. But they also have the motorcycles here to design parts and make some beautiful products for us. And as Amedeo just said, obviously this is not the final product. This is some of the available products. They're still working on this platform, and hopefully you'll see more and more amazing parts. But it already looks really trick with this clutch cover. I know that we're going to install our beautiful frame plug, and I think it's almost a must with a bike like this because sometimes you could have too much fun and you'll be happy that you have frame sliders on your bike. I want to show you another bike because up until my arrival in Italy I had never seen the new Panigale V4 yet, and they do have one over here and they're just testing things on it. We'll just do a quick walk around. We won't go into too much detail because obviously things are not in their final form, but it makes me very excited because our motorcycle is going to show up any day now, and I know that once it shows up we should be able to get our hands on some beautiful DBK Special Parts as soon as possible. And we'll go right over here. They have the KTMs too, so you guys have been asking us to get a KTM for the longest time. DBK actually has a few KTMs here. They're making some beautiful KTM products, so maybe it'll encourage me to get a KTM as well. But for now, I think they always call me the Ducati fanboy, and this may be why, because I look at these bikes and I don't know, nothing looks as good as a Ducati, I think. I don't want to put off any other brands, but it's my personal opinion. Obviously, I've got more motorcycles than just Ducatis, but this is, so this is basically where R&D happens with the motorcycle. So they'll have the bikes here, they'll probably get inspiration, they'll see what fits, what doesn't fit. And for something like this, where the Panigale V4 is more of an evolution and not a revolution, you want to get it in here, see what fits from the previous evolution, and then also see what you have to do to get more parts for the changes that they made for this motorcycle. Obviously the biggest change being this double-sided swing arm. I know you guys are saying a lot about this and there's a lot of comments, but if there is going to be a double-sided swing arm that replaces a single-sided swing arm, this is the most beautiful double-sided swing arm, and you could expect it to look even more beautiful with the DBK Special Parts. They already have some spools on there that they're testing, and you could be for sure that they're probably going to make some chain adjusters as well. So where should we go next?
So first of all, even in Italy, let me tell you this, this wasn't easy to get because
Wow.
they are not very ready about the delivery at this
Oh, wow,
moment.
okay.
So it was very sweat and tears to get
Okay.
one of this. So we are always pushing to get our customers satisfied and be ready when the games gets heated.
Yeah. Well, I guess the demand is going to be there for it, right? So even as you heard it, we haven't got it yet in the United States, and it's not even easy to get in Italy. I know that there's some pictures and videos floating around that people are receiving their bikes, but I guess it's the reality of things right now that when something as beautiful and a product as hot as this comes out, everybody wants it. And but I'm happy you guys have it, because I know that when I get mine, we'll have some of your beautiful products ready for it. So where should we head out to now?
Okay, let's go to the R&D section.
Sure. Obviously, for some respect purposes and other purposes, we're not going to go into detail over here. We'll just do a quick look inside here. I'm not going to get close to any of the computers, but I'll tell you this. The machine over there actually is live feeding the CNC machines. There's some R&D work being done here, some media work there, and we'll show you these parts if I'm okay to show some of these. So if you guys don't know the process, before you actually start CNC machining a part, you want to 3D print it just like this. So this part is actually 3D printed media, and then it'll let you test stuff, and then you could actually adjust it if it needs adjustments. Then you'll go into the big task of CNC machining it. That way, number one, the lead time is shortened down, right? Because it's quicker to probably 3D print it, even though I can imagine this probably took hours to print out because this is a pretty intricate piece. But imagine trying to, number one, you don't want to waste the material, but program a CNC machine. It's not as easy as, hey, I drew a part, let me just tell it to print or to tell it to machine. You have to do a lot of other steps, but this really cuts it in half. I really want to go see the office because you guys have some really cool stuff in your meeting room.
Let's go in there.
So let's go inside and take a look at here. And this is the meeting room, and I want to show you guys what's in here. So these look like racing seats. Obviously they're not racing seats, but they're seats involved in racing. And these are the seats that was in the actual pit boxes of whoever's logo and name that you see. This was Pecco's seat when it was in the satellite team, Jack Miller's seat. And then what I really like, because when I met Amedeo, I told him he actually looks like he could be related to Dovizioso, and it ends up being one of your favorite riders.
It's my favorite one from about the formers, no?
Yeah, I think so, and it was a good time, and the bikes looked really nice. We discussed this already, that delivery on the Ducati MotoGP bike was one of the most beautiful ones.
Yeah, and one of the most beautiful times. We didn't get to the championship at that time, but we fought like hell because I'm a Ducatista.
Yeah, but it was the way there, right? Because all those things, all those years and all those hard times that Ducati paid, now they're totally dominating MotoGP, which not a lot of people are happy about, but the competition between the riders are there. And speaking of riders, so there we go. We got one of Dovizioso seats, and then there's a couple of Desmo Dovizioso seats. So his name is called Desmo Dovi, but obviously his last name is Dovizioso. There's another one there. So we have Casey Stoner's seat, and I think he was one of the only riders that actually won a championship for Ducati. And that was the time that they brought out the Desmo Sedici, and you could get a Casey Stoner one if you wanted as well, I think. And Petrucci's seats are here too. So these are really cool. Oh, actually, Jorge Lorenzo's seat is here too. That is cool. So I'm going to make a confession. I was never a fan of Jorge until he quit MotoGP.
Yeah.
Something, you know, something about that. I get it. They're competitive and they're everything. So and he was fighting with Valentino Rossi. So
it's not that easy, yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
It's not that easy.
And then Michele Piro's seat is here too. So Michele Piro is a test rider for Ducati, and he's got one seat here. So he usually actually races on some races as a wild card because the teams are able to do this. They'll have some wild card riders that will come and race. You'll often see Michele Piro there too. And we showed this one already.
Yeah, this is rating one from the
World
Superbike. Yeah.
And for you Superbike fans, this is Scott Redding's seat from the World Superbike. So it's not all about MotoGP. There is some World Superbike stuff here too. And they've also been very dominant on World Superbike as well.
Cool. Where nobody cares about it.
Yes. I guess, he was under the radar, right? When it was a Pramac, that Pecco was there. And there's some cool memorabilia here that shows some of these seats. Not all of them, because there's some different seats here too. But you could see, so next time you watch MotoGP, you'll see that when the riders go back into their box and they sit down, they're sitting on these seats, and some of your favorite riders were actually sitting on these seats.
You can still smell the sweat.
Oh, there you go. He says you can still smell the sweat on it. But hey, I guess that adds to the value of them. But so this is a very, very cool meeting room. Yeah. So,
and you know what the funny thing is, Manny? This is actually a cool place to work now for you guys and for me too. But this is actually our situation room where like hard things are discussed. And maybe sometimes somebody here gets angry. Maybe he
bangs the table.
Yeah, he knocks on the table here. Yeah, like things get heat in here.
Hey, that's I think that's a good analogy, right? So because things were probably heated in some of the discussions in the paddock,
and in DBK too.
Yeah, so when, as Medela said, they make some very, very hard and tough decisions, and they sometimes have some heated debates, and they're still using these wonderful seats. Is there anything else that we should go and take a look, or?
Oh, this is the most beautiful parts we have already seen, but we didn't take a look at the warehouse.
Yes, so let's go take a look at the warehouse so that you guys can really see that this is truly a grand operation, not just that they make their parts, they also warehouse them as well. We do it at Motomillion as well, so we know how much dedication, blood, sweat, tears, and don't forget money that it takes to do it. And let's take a look, once they make all of these parts, how your parts get to you or get to us before they get to you. So let's go take a look.
No AI generated.
Okay, so from the machine shop to the warehouse, let's go. Thank you. And here we are.
DBK warehouse. So here's the final part of the magic. So most of our parts store in there. So this is the area where your order gets picked and gets shipped immediately as soon as we can. And we actually have this loft organization, as I told you before.
Yeah.
So in there, we share the same space between warehouse, sales, customer care, shipment, and purchasing office also. Sometimes it gets a little messy, but this loft horizontal organization, it's what gets you the part quickly, and we are one of the most aftermarket reality that ships the part quickly to the customer, and big availability.
And I can attest to that. And actually this setup reminds me of what we have at Motomillion. It's not exactly the same, and I hate to admit it's not as clean as in here, because this place is very, very clean. It's pretty bright. We have a lot of lights, but they actually have skylights that make this place very, very, you get a lot of natural light in here that makes it even a better working environment. So yeah, right over here they have the sales and customer service side, and then
have a little glimpse.
Yeah, so let's go take a look. So this is sales and customer service. That's Marco right there that I've sent multiple emails. Hears from me at least 2-3 times a week, right? So
for example, if a customer tells us, hey, where's my order? So I can ask immediately from there to the guys and scream and yell, hey, where's his order? So this is like the operational part. So where you have the packaging and like you know, you prepare the SKUs and so on. So for example, you have the blister machines. So this part will be blistered and ready to be shipped out.
Yeah, so this is really cool, because obviously when you make the part, you have to package it as well. And if you've ever gotten a DBK part, you'll know that it almost looks like these things get vacuum sealed into the packaging. And the reason why it's dull is, don't forget, there's clear film that goes over this that gets put on right here, and it's called a blister machine. This will turn out black. It's just like if you take a car or a motorcycle, if you sand it down, it's going to look kind of faded like this, but once you put clear coat over it, it's going to be nice and shiny. So this is how some of your DBK parts get packaged. I want to see if there's, yeah, you see right over here, these packaging right here, they've been opened obviously, but that's how it's done, and that's where the packaging happens.
So let's get into the clear clutch section, for example. So let's make that many you have a multi-strada before you want to install your clear clutch cover. So I will be able in 1 minute to or less to get all the parts in here, because it's this is a category section. So you get this one, for example, if you like the red color, this is the clutch platform, so you will be able to install on your multi-strada before your clear clutch cover. And then you have like the clear clutch cover itself in there. Let's pick a red one, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes. A little bit taller again. Voila.
And I want to mention something to you guys. If you guys ever get a clear clutch cover from DBK and you think you're missing your bolts, remove all the foam. It's right under there. Yeah. We get this question at least once every couple months, but this is your bolt, so you remove everything and it'll be under there. Don't assume that somebody forgot it. It never gets, very, very rarely, I think, we get forgotten.
This is the secret.
Yeah.
We will have a place for that. This is the secret. Okay.
You know why they did that, right? Because first they make you a little stressed and scared, but when you find it, it's very rewarding.
Really? It's a relief, so
it makes it more exciting.
And so spring retainers in there, spring retainers, for example, red one, black one, and over there, pressure plates. Wow, so in less than 1 minute, the kit is ready to be picked up and shipped out.
This is amazing. This place is like a candy store. I'm not much of a candy guy, but if the candy is made of DBK Special Parts, oh my goodness, I could have a lot of fun over here.
Please don't eat anything.
Yeah, I guess we should have to say that these parts are actually not edible. It was just we're just drawing a parallel. If these things were candy,
I don't know what the result would be.
But so this is it, and as you see, they're packing some orders over there, and once they get packed, obviously at the end of the day, the carrier will come and pick them up.
So and we have three different couriers actually.
Okay.
One specialized for the abroad, extra Europe. One dedicated to Europe and one dedicated to Italy.
Oh, that's
to be
cool.
As quick as possible. So we deal with 3 different companies within our logistic part.
That's amazing. So I guess, guys, this was pretty much the quick walk around. I want to call this walk around because we're known for our walk around videos of motorcycles. This is a walk around of DBK Special Parts. Again, Amedeo, I want to thank you so much for all your help and support over the years. And obviously, I want to thank you for inviting us over here to DBK Special Parts to show us around, because as I mentioned, guys, not everything that is an Italian brand name is actually made in Italy. Here we are in Bologna, in Italy, and you guys saw it. Everything is made over here, packaged over here, and shipped over here. And I want to let you guys know, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Until next time, guys, have a good one.
Thank you, guys.